Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Katie Schide before the 2025 Hardrock 100. How are you, Katie?
I'm good. Thanks for welcoming me to your backyard here.
Yeah, it's a nice day here in July.
It's funny finally being at your place. We see you all over the world, and now we're actually in your backyard.
Quite literally. Yeah, this is where I spend a lot of time in the summers when I get a chance. My very fruitful garden. We don't have to pan over to it, but it takes a little while to get going here.
Yeah, there's some blank spots over there.
There's some blank spots. Well, your 2024 didn't have any blank spots. You crushed it at Western States and UTMB, like running great times, winning. How does that feel like a year later? Like, does that feel like your best season to date?
Yeah, on paper, it's definitely my best season. Yeah, I think in general, the whole season just went really smoothly. And there was no big hiccups until the last 2 hours of UTMB. And then the 6 weeks after that, I actually wasn't able to run. But I think that kind of got missed because it was the end of the season anyway. And in the end, it was kind of a good break for me. So yeah, in general, everything up until that point went super smoothly. I felt great the whole summer, and trying to remember that doesn't have to be the norm. That was like an exceptional year. Sometimes
it can go perfect and you can appreciate that, right? Yeah. So you took 6 weeks off after UTMB. When did you get back to training?
Well, we went to Diagonal des Fous for Juan's race, and when we got back, actually the last week I think we were on Reunion Island is when I started doing some walk-run outings, and so when we got back home I was able to start like doing some normal runs again. And it all came back pretty smoothly.
Yeah. Well, what brings you here to Silverton for Hardrock?
Well, for Hardrock.
Yeah. Well, what about that?
Yeah, I mean Hardrock has always been on my mind. I mean, for a long time, even before I really knew what the sport was, I knew about the race, and it was always just trying to figure out the right time to come here because I didn't want to do it. I wanted to come here and like really do it right, like have the time, not only to be at altitude, but to be in the place and like just learning about the race. You see how important the place, the trails, like the San Juans are to the whole experience. And so I didn't want to just come for a quick out and back. Like I really wanted to experience the whole thing. So the last couple of years were really focused on Western States, and that obviously conflicted. So this was the year, luckily, I was chosen or picked, however we want to describe it.
Yeah.
At the same time, I felt super ready to be here.
Right on. Well, how has your preparation gone? You've been here since the beginning of June. How was training before that and your time here so far?
Yeah, we arrived in the U.S. in mid-May. We spent a few days in Leadville, and then we came down to Ouray, and then we got up here to Silverton last week, I guess. And it's been really it's been fun first to be here with Juan because the last 2 years I've been in the U.S. alone for 2 months before Western States. So it definitely changes the whole like dynamic to not just be alone, managing everything alone. So it's nice it kind of adds a bit more of like a fun, relaxed aspect because it's more like being at home. But yeah, I think it's been fun. It's cool to kind of be in my space now. I mean, normally we're in France where it's just a lot more energy just to talk to people for me, to be I mean, it's my home now, but still it's like just that extra bit that's not where you're from. So it's nice to be back in the US and like everything feels easier to me. There's Amazon, there's tumble dryers, there's lots of amenities.
Those are two at the top of the list though.
Yeah.
You did have a little hiccup in your training here. You took a pretty big fall. What happened there?
Yeah, I took a fall, let's see, it was like 2 days after we arrived in Ouray on a longer training run in the middle of it. Just caught my toe. Didn't have the reaction time to catch myself and landed on my knee. And yeah, luckily there was a nice medical clinic in Ridgeway that took me in and sewed me up a little bit. I'm not going to say I managed the pain very well. Charmel was there to help me. Turns out when they numb your knee, it's actually extremely painful. I thought, oh, numbing, that means you don't feel anything. But actually, you have to feel the pain before you don't feel the pain. So that was painful. But I mean, in the end, at the time, it felt like a huge deal. It's one of those things where in the moment, you think it's the end of the world. And 5 days later, I think I was able to jog up Camp Bird Road. Not a lot of flexibility in the knee, but I could still kind of shuffle. And then it just came back quickly as new skin grew.
Right on. So it was indeed a hiccup in the end.
Yeah.
To training.
Yeah.
What do you hope to accomplish here at Hardrock?
I don't think I really have a hard outcome like a hard outcome accomplishment goal. I think this is even just the name of the event is a run, not a race. And of course we're here to race too, but trying to accept the reality that it's also a run, and there's going to be a lot of unexpected things, and trying to be patient and take those things in stride. It's a new race for me. I feel like the last couple of years have kind of like repeated a lot of the same things, and you stand at the start line like knowing how you want to feel, how you should feel in different spots. And here I haven't even been on the whole course, so it's going to be way more of like a discovery.
And is that exciting?
Yeah, I would say part of my brain is excited about that, but my like type A organization controlling brain is not that happy about it. So we're trying to find a balance.
So you having been able to visually see all the course, but not be on all the course wasn't ideal.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was able to accept that. And it's just a different kind of event. So I'm trying to lean into how fun it will be to be in new places and have like new sensations. And hopefully I can finish and call this my first Hardrock, and maybe come back with more experience if I get the chance.
I mean, one thing to be different than Western, but especially different from like a UTMB, is like it's 146 people in a really spread out race. You might not see people for hours. Like, have you thought about that at all?
Yeah, I mean, even at races like UTMB in Western States, at UTMB, the first part of the race, for sure, I've been around people, but you still end up in holes even with that many people. Western States, I was fortunate to run with people in the first half of the race both years, but I also ended up in a hole and didn't see anyone for most of the race. So that's something I'm used to. I think we just get used to that in these kind of events.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, best of luck out there, and I hope you have a great experience in your first Hardrock.
Thank you.